I did a video in which I was talking about how, that's why we want background checks on people. We want to stop certain people from being able to access guns. And I put a stress on people because of the conversation and the way it was being had. That's why people is capitalized here. But in the process of talking about expanded background checks, this person says, let's start doing background checks on people before selling them alcohol. Just in case they have a history of DUIs. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but we sort of already do that. If people have a history of DUIs, we don't give them a license to drive a car. See how that works? In order to stop people who are dangerous behind the wheel of a car, and I'm not conflating driving a car with owning a gun. One, the weapon, owning a gun, is a constitutionally protected right. The other is a privilege. But since you brought it up, the way we stop people who are dangerous, have a history of being dangerous behind the wheel of a car, like getting into DUIs situations where they're constantly driving drunk, the way we prevent people with a history of that is we keep tabs on them. We make them test often. We keep a track of their driving record, and we will pull their license if need be. We will not give them the legal ability to drive a car if need be. We already do that. So since you want to compare gun ownership with driving, can we mirror the two? Is that okay with you? Since you're the one making the comparison, if you want to go get a gun, should you have to take a test? Should you have to show not only in a written test, but in the field, in usage test, show that you not only know your weapon, but know how to use your weapon? And then should you have to annually, or however often your state does it, go back and retest every so many years and make sure that you're up to snuff? Otherwise, we're going to pull your license. You got to have insurance if you want to have the vehicle after you get your license. We can go to a gun license thing similar to a driver's license if that's what you want, since you want to compare the two of them. I'm down with the program, man. Everybody's got to get a license. They got to prove that they're worthy enough to get a license. If they can't, we pull their license. If they misbehave behind the wheel of the car, we pull their license. Hell, if you don't, in many cases, you don't pay your child support or your taxes, they'll pull your fucking license. Are we down with that program? Are you sure that's the comparison you want to make? What I have found, and this is where the underlying part to all of this that nobody's talking about, right? Folks like you are constantly fighting against background checks. The question is, why? If you can pass a background check, expanded background checks will not affect you in any way, shape, or form. If you can pass the necessary mental and health screenings, then including mental health evaluations in our background checks would not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. The people who chirp the loudest against background checks are usually the people that we shouldn't be giving guns to in the first place. So why is it that you are against background checks?